Capricorn, what's going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. We're in Cancer season. We are about to see Neptune go into retrograde. Neptune really connects us with our intuition, our spiritual knowing. It's that more subtle body, our spirit, however you want to understand it, our soul, etc. And it definitely is that still small voice that is telling us things we need to know. And in an ideal world, we will pay attention to that voice, but the reality of that, I don't know. You know, it can be really difficult modern day. There's a lot of distractions, there's a lot of noise, a lot of chaos around us, and it's hard to connect with our intuition. But right now, it's the time to do so. Like I said, Neptune, yes, going into retrograde, but it's also in Aries right now. And as Aries, it's about trusting self, trusting what you're sensing, what you're feeling, and how that will carry value for the next 18, 20 years when Pluto is in Aquarius. It's allowing us to set the stage for new life, life that makes us feel impassioned and empowered and invigorated, etc. And it's hard because we're going through a lot of changes in order to connect with that. A lot of people, situations are being weeded out that don't necessarily align with those values. And we have to navigate accordingly, right? That's why I like to start off these readings with an energy cleansing. Set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out any blocks, obstacles, limitations we might be coming into. It's a really great time to set your own intention as well, Capricorn, especially if you have something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a really great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your personal situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you are just looking for more of a rebalancing of self, alignment of your mind, body, and soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're feeling strong and grounded in ourselves, when we know who we are, what we want, that's where we're manifesting happiness and fulfillment from. That's where we're getting our abundance, right? Not when we're disconnected. And I would love to help support you in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it, Capricorn. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, and frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly. Sorry guys, hot. It's burning my fingers. And thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. It's burning me today. All right, Capricorn, what is going on? What do you feel a little, here's the thing, like what I was picking up in your blessing is it's like, I was picking up this energy of like you just ready to be done and over with. I think you're like annoyed or frustrated with a situation, or you've just kind of hit your capacity, you know? And I don't know if you're bringing down the house. Maybe you're a little more strategic than that. It might not be some big explosion, but I feel like you're kind of at a point where you're not afraid to check someone or something up. You know, you're not afraid to check them up. Is that? No, sorry, maybe that's not the way to say it. Check them. Yeah, you're not afraid to check them on what they're saying. And it's putting you in a position where it's like, because of what you're seeing, you're finally making changes. You're finally making changes that perhaps are a long time coming. I think you were disconnected from yourself is what I'm seeing. Like, it looks like you're coming from the space where you had to learn a little bit more about what it meant to connect with your heart. You're a very strong sign. I feel like in my opinion, you're one of the strongest signs in the zodiac because you have a lot of endurance. You can overcome. You're connected to the Devil card in the tarot, which is all about like being able to like overcome the hardest situations in one's life. And you definitely have that strength, that tenacity. Sometimes when we have to go through really hard things, or we feel like we're always carrying the brunt of people's situations around us, it makes us disconnect from ourselves. And you're at a point where, okay, I do feel like you're a little bit reconnected. There is some righteous anger I'm hearing, that burning away of what is not serving you. It does feel like righteous anger because I feel like you've let something go on long enough. And as much as I do feel there's an end in sight, whether you're the one who's igniting that, whether you're the person who's saying like, okay, this is what it is and this is how it's going to go, or if they're just walking away or whatever, like if it's arguments, if it's fights, difference of perspective, there's no ability, no one wants to bend or flex. And I'm not saying you should, because I don't necessarily get that. I get that you're dealing with something that's like not really what you wanted. And I think it's taken a long time to get to this place. Again, part of this experience was to help you reconnect with your heart, to remind you that it's not just about what looks good on paper or who's going to give you what. It has to feel right too. It has to feel good as well. And I think you've given this person's situation a lot of your time, a lot of your energy. You've committed on some level. It kind of has Hierophant vibes. It could be a family member or just someone that like you were loyal to, right? That you were like, I'm going to give this my best shot. I'm going to believe in the best in them, etc. And it just kind of feels like it wasn't or has not been reciprocated, or you're finally at a point where whatever the disconnect is, you've put your foot down. I think it's hard because maybe there has been some limitation. When we put all of our eggs in one basket and it's not delivering, well, we're not really going to be getting anything out of that. And I think like you're kind of at this point, again, I feel like maybe this is part of where that righteous anger, that frustration is coming into play for you 100%. Well, there's our devil, guys. Sorry, I didn't try to manifest it. I promise you. But again, this is, the devil to me always represents the things that we need to overcome. And usually they're the deeper woundings, right? They're the things that are not fun, are not pretty. They make us feel crazy. They bring out the worst in us, etc. They're the things that we quote unquote sell our soul for a belief that it's going to be good or different or better. And it just looks like you're dealing with someone who's a little bit more invested in themselves and their own happiness. And I feel like that happiness is actually directly affecting you. It's affecting you because you're getting the short end of the stick. It's affecting you because you're being put in this position of responsibility, right? You're being the one who's forced to come up with solutions. It's hard to think through this clearly as well. And maybe that's part of where the disconnect is coming into play. Emotions might be getting the best of you this week, Capricorn, because you're not finding a lot of solutions, or it doesn't really look like that moving into this week. It's more about options. It's more about what can I do to save myself from this conflict. I also feel like you're at a point, like I said, of like annoyance, frustration, where you're not really even trying to keep things copacetic. You're at this point where you're just like, I don't really care, because whatever they're doing, they're not taking you into account. They're not taking you into account. And it's forcing you. It's forcing you to move on, unfortunately, or not. I mean, here's the thing. I feel like this is something that like you're still holding on to the fantasy a little bit around. That's also Neptune going into retrograde. And the fantasy, I mean like what you want it to be versus what it actually is. It's because you're getting pushed out of a situation and you keep giving them an opportunity. You keep giving them an opportunity, or like you keep working with them, but it doesn't really look like they're doing the same. And while it doesn't show this is 100% sneaky energy, this is someone who hasn't been honest, completely candid about where things are at. It does feel a little bit like they're using you for what they need and you're not getting that fair shake back. But the levels, the lights just went out. The candles just went out, but that's what I heard. I just feel like everything is pushing it towards an ending, a completion, a cycle closure. And maybe you are holding on a little bit. Maybe that's kind of the thing that's it's holding on to the hope. It's holding on to the belief that it will sort itself out, or that you invested enough into this dynamic that they're going to give back. But it's not the dynamic you're looking for. And if anything, this is asking you to really like manifest what you want, what is actually in alignment with you. And it's hard to see through that because you're not feeling so grounded. And I think especially this week, because again, you've come to this boiling point with them, but you're still trying to help them out. So that's kind of where I would encourage you to invest in yourself first. Like, make sure you're good in your energy before you even deal with this, because it feels very depleting. It feels like you have to read between the lines a lot. It feels like you're not getting straight answers. It's a lot of surface placating. And we're coming up on that full moon in Capricorn next week. So it's going to highlight even more of the places where like things like this that are happening, we need to be aware of. I don't forget that without nature, I am nothing but an empty self. I use my energy and wisdom to take care of everything around me. Animals, plants, and life. I feel it is my responsibility. I feel like this card is saying, stay grounded, take care of yourself, take care of the things in your life that are good, the things that you are finding value and benefit in. Let me shake things up a little bit. But not to your detriment. Nothing can stop me if I want to be who I really am. Being who I am is a gift of life. When I look for my real self with truth, love, and awareness, nothing can stop me. Being myself is the real freedom of life. And this, to me, feels like the difference between you appeasing someone, trying to make someone feel better, trying to give them every option, every benefit of the doubt, and them not giving you the same, you know? And I feel like that's kind of where you're limiting yourself. Like, it's okay to say no. It's okay to have boundaries. It's okay to not want to feel walked all over. If anything, like, that's what you deserve, right? What others think about me is not a part of my life. Okay, this is perfect. Closing out. Life around me is full of empty words. Opinions are just distorted views of reality. I'm not affected by what others think of me simply because their opinions are not me. And this is the hardest thing to face, right? Like, we want to be accepted. No one wants to be rejected. Rejection is the worst, you know? And people can be really shitty about the way they go about that, especially when they're trying to control, especially when they're trying to get you to stick around for as long as they need you, but then they're not really willing to like understand your side of things. And I feel this is a lot of like where you need to release and let go, like bring a little bit more freedom into your life, ground yourself, know who you are, invest in things that support you. Right? Invest that things that give to you, that is that value of reciprocity. It's going to make moving on easier. I mean, here's the thing. Overall, it looks like this is going this way regardless. The best thing you can do for yourself right now is just understand it, process through it, give yourself a little love, a little compassion as you navigate Capricorn. It's going to make it way easier, right? So I hope this helps. Sorry it was a little bleak this week, but no, I'm just sending all the love, all the blessings as you navigate. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I'd love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little bit of love at little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you bring to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.